Welcome to Tip and Tell Tech. My name is Keith Berry, where I'm going to provide you the straight and level of technical gear, tools, and gadgets. Currently, I'm in my corner of my basement in my workspace. It's a tiny little workspace I'm working at. But I'm going to be providing you a review of the Milwaukee 11-in-1 multi-tip screwdriver set today, just to show you how beneficial it is and how easy to use as a one-and-all type of tool. Before I do that, I want to make sure that everyone is staying healthy and safe during this COVID-19 pandemic. I know my family is healthy and safe. We're, staying in and keeping our social distancing. But hopefully everyone else is well prepared, have all the amenities and supplies and food necessary, that they're staying healthy and safe and trying to prevent contamination. I just want to make sure during this time that people can kind of act crazy, and I just want to make sure that people are just being kind to each other, courteous and patient with each other. This is more than any time. This is the time when we really need to be just as kind and courteous and patient with each other during this crisis. So hopefully your family, your friends are all healthy and safe during this COVID-19 pandemic. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the review. Okay, welcome back to Tip and Tell Tech. I have here the Milwaukee 11-in-1 multi-bit screwdriver set. I have two versions here. This is right here, the earlier version, and this is, I think, the most recent version. So this is the earlier. This is the most recent. The difference between the two is the earlier one had a wire stripper here, and the later one has the Torx bits on there. So that's the main difference. I'm going to go ahead and review the most recent one, so I'll put this off to the side. So what you have here, basically this Milwaukee 11-in-1 multi-bit screwdriver set has basically a number 1 Phillips screwdriver bit, number 2 Phillips screwdriver bit, a 3/16 and a 1/4 slotted screwdriver bits, a number 1 and number 2 square bit driver, a number 10, number 15 bit driver, a 1/4-inch nut driver, 5/16 nut driver, 3/8 nut driver, and is what the newer version is. So as you can see, just to kind of my review of this Milwaukee 11-in-1 multi-bit screwdriver set, what I like about it is, like some other ones you've seen, cheaper versions, the handle is very nice and comfortable. It's round. You can grip it and, of course, rotate it clockwise and counterclockwise. Switching out, it uses a kind of a friction, little spring-loaded ball here to keep the socket and bits in place. It's fairly easy and quick to do. There's no magnetics you don't have to worry about, or pulling out bits out of slots or anything. It's just fairly quick and easy to do on this. So rotate around, slide around. So it's fairly easy to do. I'll just kind of pull out the bits so you can see what you have here. So you can see, basically you got your screwdriver bits. So Phillips screwdriver bits, number 1 and 2, slotted screwdrivers. You got your number 1, number 2 square bits, and your Torx, which is number 10 and number 15 on there. And of course, what's nice about it also is you got the nut driver, you got 1/4-inch, you've got 3/8, and of course right here you got 5/16. So fairly easy to use for the nut driver if you need to rotate around. So fairly easy to use, and of course on that. And of course, if you need to do Torx, fairly easy to use on that. So, quick, easy. You know, the bits stay in place. They don't come out. They fairly well sturdy. They stay in place. They don't come out, and securely locked in. Like it. Of course, what I like about it, of course, is that it's all-in-one screwdriver set. So, you know, of course, here you can go ahead and switch it out, whatever you need to do. Fairly quick and use. And of course, it works pretty good. So obviously you got rotate around. You know, if you need to use the Phillips. Pretty quick. Even, of course, also we talk about the nut driver, if you want to use that. You know, 3/8. So, fairly quick, easy to use, everything on this. So, why I like this Milwaukee 1101 compared to using a dedicated screwdriver set is, using dedicated screwdriver set, you have to dig in your toolbox to grab all these tools that you're going to maybe need here. So dig through your toolbox to get a slotted screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, Torx bit. Make sure you look, see right size Torx. All that's available. Of course, screwdriver bit. You got those. Also, if you want to try, strongly recommend this Milwaukee 1101 multi-bit screwdriver set for around the house. I recommend getting several. Again, they're about $8 to $12 roughly. You can get them online or at the hardware stores, box stores. They're easy. They're budget friendly. They're secure. They're quick and useful to do household chores or maintenance around wherever you need to do. I have several of them. I got them in my car. I got one, on my, obviously my workbench. I got them in my tool bags. I have them, in my junk drawer in my kitchen. I got them all over the place. So this is great when I travel for work. Instead of taking all these screwdrivers with me when I have to take something, the tool bag that's lightweight. Instead of taking all these screwdrivers with me, I can just take this sometimes if it's, I know I don't need to do some serious work. So this is great. So my tip would be to make sure that do not forget that you do have other features that are not obvious, like 5/16 nut driver here that you may not see. Obviously, the the 1/8, 1/4 and 3/8 size, but there are other size nut drivers on here. My tell would be, I wish instead of having these these square bits, number 1 and number 2. Yes, I've seen them on deck screws and other types of hardware. It'd be more beneficial if they were something like a standard Allen wrench size, maybe a 5/32 or 3/16 would be kind of nice to have instead of the square bits. But that's my tell. So, but I definitely strongly recommend this Milwaukee 1101 multi-bit tool. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit the like button. And if you like Tip and Tell's channel, please go ahead and feel free to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Everyone stay healthy and safe out there. Thank you.